Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So today we're going to do a tutorial on how to make self-striping yarn. Now, I know a lot of people use warping boards and stuff, but if you're like me and you have a child that just seems to say mom, mom, mom every 5 seconds of your life, warping boards haven't really been the best thing for me because I've tangled myself up when I zigged, when I should have zagged, you know what I mean? And I just tangled it. So I went ahead and I made myself a gigantic niddy noddy instead because this is a little less, it's a little more mindless than having to think about what I'm doing on a warping board. So when my son asks me, I don't really get caught up and I can't tangle it. So I've got my yarn on my yarn swift over here. I've got my little table with my yarn swift on it, and we're just taking it right from the swift and putting it right onto the niddy noddy, and we're creating a gigantic skein so we can make some self-striping yarn. We're going to do the favorite one that everyone seems to be in love with, called Fatal Attraction. It's a purple, teal, and black colorway. I started doing a gothic collection because, I don't know, I just like black, obviously. I have black hair, I wear a lot of blacks. I don't know, I just enjoy black and putting it with brighter colors because it makes those colors just pop a lot more. So I started doing a gothic line with this awesome yarn that's from Serendipity Farms in Canada. You guys know our slogan, a quality piece deserves quality yarn. We don't settle for anything less than the best, and I do not compromise on that, and I never ever will. So I imported this amazing alpaca. This is a Royal Kria alpaca and mohair yarn that is just unbelievable. It's 80% Royal Kria alpaca, and then it's 20% mohair. So we are just going to take this off of the swift, put it on the niddy noddy, do our thing, and then I'll show you how I get it into the dye pots. And as you can see, we have our white backdrop. So we'll be doing with a white backdrop from now on. I hope this ups the quality of the videos. I spent a good chunk of change getting the backdrop and the stand for it and some lighting and all that stuff, so I hope you guys think this looks a lot better and is better quality. But yeah, this is just coming right off of the swift, right onto the giant niddy noddy. And when I've been using this niddy noddy, I've been using 3 colors at a time. If I wanted to do more colors, I'd make a bigger one or just suck it up and do it on the warping board. But I just like doing it on this better. It's just, I don't want to tangle my yarn. So this is a little bit easier, just making a huge hank. So I'm just doing it this way. But it's been creating 4-foot color runs, which are perfect for the mermaid scale gloves. You know the pattern for the mermaid scale gloves, we usually use the Little Favorites yarn, but I figured, why not make yarn that would go with my patterns? It makes sense, doesn't it? So here we are, making yarn that has 4-foot color runs, self-striping, to go along with that mermaid scale gloves pattern. You can find these yarns on the website. I also have been posting them on Facebook, and they've been going really fast. So I haven't really posted many on the website because once I post them, they're gone. So you gotta grab them fast because people seem to really like them. I ordered a bunch more bases, but she has a very limited stash of them. So I've got 38 coming, and that's gonna be it for this year, I believe. I'm not sure if she has any more. I will ask her, hopefully she does, but it seems to me that she only has 38. So this is going to be a limited edition gothic line of the alpaca mohair yarns. Again, this is 80% Royal Korea alpaca, which means royal baby alpaca. It is super duper soft. Again, this yarn is 80% Royal Korea alpaca, which means it's baby alpaca, royal baby alpaca. It is super duper soft. It's got beautiful drape to it, and it's also got 20% fine mohair in it. So it has a little bit of a sheen to it, and it's got a nice halo effect from the royal alpaca and the mohair together. It just creates such a beautiful yarn. Like I said, my slogan is a quality piece deserves quality yarn, and we don't settle for anything less than the best, and I never ever will. I'm all about creating quality and quality pieces over quantity. I know it costs more money, but honestly, I would much rather spend my time on yarn or crocheting something or knitting when I do learn to knit. I would much rather use quality yarn that's going to create a quality piece, because I'm not the type, not to knock the $1 yarns or anything. I know some people need to use them because they can't afford stuff like this. But I started spinning yarn so I could afford stuff like this. I know this is a mill spun yarn, but I've been saving up my money so I can actually buy this yarn. So, like I said, a quality piece deserves quality yarn. We don't settle for anything less than the best, and this is the best I've ever found when it comes to alpaca. I will never go anywhere else for my alpaca. Serendipity Farms in Canada, they have the best alpaca I have ever used in my entire life. So when I tell you it's great, I am not exaggerating. It is literally the best I have ever found. I have tried a heck of a lot of alpaca in my time. And she just has the best. I've actually got some raw alpaca from her. I've got some Korea that is, it's this beautiful fawn color. That's like, it's like 15 microns. It's beautiful. And then I've got some alpaca rovings from her that are just unbelievable. So we're going to be doing a spinning video on those, because I got some amazing imported merino from Australia. It is the best I have ever found, and I have used a lot of merino too, and it's from Castellana in Australia. She produces the best merino I have ever found in my life. So later on, we're going to be doing a video combining the two, which I think is pretty cool, because Canada's way up top on the globe and Australia is way down here. So we're going to be combining fiber from the top of the globe and the bottom of the globe and making a beautiful yarn with it. So I hope you'll stay tuned for that. Right now, we're just going to keep putting this onto the niddy noddy until we have it all on it. And then I'm just gonna, there's a little bit of VM in this, vegetable matter in it, because it's mill spun from her own animals. So I'm just gonna pick out the vegetable matter from it, and then we'll get into the dyeing and how I go about doing that. So we'll speed this part up so you don't have to watch me wind all this yarn, because this is gonna take a little while. It's lace weight. It's got 588 yards, I believe. I might be wrong, but it's 580 something yards. So it's got a lot of yardage. 2 hanks will get you over 1,000 yards, and you'll be able to make a beautiful shawl with it. If you do want to make a shawl with it though, I would probably make either shorter color runs or way longer color runs for self-striping, because I'd like it to look really nice. So I think you guys know by now that I'm a super duper perfectionist. So I want to make sure that you get the quality that I would personally want. I don't put anything out my door that I wouldn't personally use myself. And I like it when the colors just stripe perfectly, or, you know, blend into one another perfectly. So for a shawl, like a triangular shawl, you'd probably need longer color runs than 4 feet. You'd probably need a good 10 feet, to be honest, maybe even more than that. I'd have to think, but probably 75 meters is what I usually do, because that's what my gradient cakes go by is 75 meters, so that's what I usually go for when I do self-striping for things like that, which is a little bit more complicated, but I will also do a video on that. I'll do a video on everything for you guys. Remember that we're on Patreon, so if you would like to donate so I can keep doing these videos and creating this content for you, it would be very much appreciated. I have a about me video up explaining about me and the business and why I started the Patreon, so I hope you'll hop on over and make a donation, or you can even go on to our website and donate through PayPal. I would really appreciate it. I've sunk a lot of money into this business and I do it all by myself, so it would be a blessing if I could get just a little bit of help, because, you know, one hand washes the other type of a thing, and I would appreciate just a little bit of help here and there, maybe, possibly, so I can keep doing these videos, because I like doing the free videos for you guys. I really, really do. I like being able to teach, seeing as I don't have a store just yet. So I'd like to still be able to teach you guys and not be working for free all the time, because I do have to take care of my son, and working a full day on videos, sometimes it's a few days editing them, you know, it's a lot. So some donations would be very, very much appreciated. Just look on the website. It's one of the first things you'll see when you go on our website, www.reservoirfibers.com, or you can hop over to our Patreon and you'll get gifts and things. There's certain tiers that you can go by for donations, and the more you donate, the more you get, from t-shirts to travel totes to put fiber in, you know, all that good stuff. I'm even gonna get enamel pins made. I have some really awesome t-shirts coming, so I really hope that I will see you guys on Patreon or through PayPal. So we're just gonna keep getting this together, and once it's done, we will start the dyeing process. So I'll see you in a few. So now we got it all off onto this niddy noddy. I'm just gonna tie it off, and I'm actually gonna do 2 skeins at once because I have 2 orders for this colorway. So I'm gonna go do that other skein just like this. I just want to show you how gigantic these skeins come out. So just tie it off. And I really like to not sacrifice any of the yardage here, so I just kind of loop it around itself a few times here, because I really want to keep all that yardage here so it's exact, so I don't have to count it again. All right, so just tie this off. I've got extra yarn actually, so I can tie the other parts off, but just to show you how gigantic this is. It's huge, humongous. So that's how we get the long striping, is we just make a bigger skein like this, and then you just dye the sections. I just make sure I have 3 even sections, kind of like pigtail them. Do 1, then 2, and 3, sort of like that, except this is way more, but you know what I mean. Just make sure they're even. And then we just dye the sections in the pots. And I'll show you how I do that in a minute once I'm done reskeining the other one.